OK, 7 minutes past 9. It may not seem it, but it's nearly 40 years since the Swedish band ABBA donned shiny lycra, silver platform boots and won the Eurovision Song Contest with Waterloo.
He went on, of course, to sell around 400 million singles, released the third biggest selling album of all time, and even had a hit stage musical and a film based, of course, around their music. Now, two of the band, going back to their roots, are involved once again in Eurovision.
Bjorn ABBA is one of them, and he's with us now. Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
What were the two biggest selling albums of all time?
Well, ABBA Gold is the biggest one, I think. After that, I haven't a clue. I don't know.
But yours was the third biggest selling album of all time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I was
I
wondering.
thought you meant among ours.
No, I was just thinking if you were the third biggest selling album of all time, who got the two top slots?
I suppose Sgt. Pepper would be one of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps a Michael Jackson album, or
yeah, Thriller,
okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Now we both, Susanna, both made comments as soon as you sat down. You look remarkably well.
Thank you.
I mean, dare I ask how old you are? Do you mind my asking?
I'll be next week. Actually, I'll be 68.
68 years old.
What's the secret?
Well, I don't know. Running is good. You know, unless you're in the Boston Marathon. Oh,
which is
terrible,
which
terrible,
is so difficult
terrible
for everyone to deal with. And tell us a little bit about because you're now going back in a funny kind of way to your roots, because you're writing once again a Eurovision song.
Well, it's not a Eurovision song as such. It is like an opening number, like a slightly majestic sort of anthem, European anthem.
Because of course,
and it'll be sung by a big choir and by all the participants.
Because the competition's being held this year.
In Malmö, which is in the south of Sweden.
Because Loreen won last year,
she won last
so
year.
it's Sweden's honour to host Eurovision,
Absolutely,
and of course you would be invited to be involved.
We were approached by Swedish television, and we thought it was an interesting combination to do something with someone who's really contemporary, which is Avicii. To do something together with him, and we said yes, and we did it. And it's a song called We Write the Story.
Okay. And
yeah, I'm kind of humming it already in my head. It's got a very catchy kind of line to it, because that's the whole ABBA thing was those extraordinary lyrics. The songs just stuck in people's heads.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. It seems ridiculous to remind people of the music, because of course we all have them in our heads all the time, but should we just have a quick listen?
Bjorn, it's lovely hearing that stuff again, as people love ABBA, of course. There's sort of mythology is built up around ABBA and the members. Now, up behind us there, we have the 4 members of ABBA. Can you tell us who's doing what now? I mean, because we used to have these stories about people becoming recluses and...
Yeah.
Talk us through.
But you got me now here, and Agneta, she's just recently recorded a new album. And as a matter of fact, she'll be in England shortly to do promotion for that.
And of course, you were married.
We were married, yes. Yeah.
And then next down
the line, Frida was married to Benny, and Frida now lives in England and Switzerland. And I see her very often. She's in Stockholm very often. And Benny I still work with on a regular basis. The two of us met in '66, I think. And we started working together like in '67 and have ever since, which is, I think...
Well, it's amazing.
Partnership, isn't it? Yeah.
Given what you just said about talking all the time, well, would you perform together again?
It's the inevitable question.
It is the inevitable question. No, we wouldn't. I mean, there would have to be a very strong motivation.
Because you like each other and
wheel us in for geriatrics on stage.
But you don't even look remotely geriatric.
But the motivation would have to be that we have something fantastic musically to present to the world again. and sadly we don't have that.
But you're still writing together, you and
Yes.
Benny. So you're still creating music, which which is remarkable. I mean, you're writing this theme, you want it to be the VT, and it's for the Eurovision. You're not tempted to. I mean, you're basically trying to say ABBA is in the past now.
It is in the past, very much so, and that's why I can, get so involved in the museum as I am, because otherwise it would be kind of narcissistic to build a museum of yourself.
Just tell us a little bit about the museum. This is going to be where?
It's going to be in Stockholm.
And it's
going to be a sit down. It's going to stay there for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I got involved myself, because I'd be passing it with my grandchildren, and they would want to go in, and I would have to know that it's as good as it possibly could be.
So those who want to see ABBA back together will have to go to the ABBA Museum, which opens in Stockholm on the 7th of May. Lovely to see you, Bjorn. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.